Sun Tzu teaches us not only how to engage our enemies, but also how to manage logistics. An army cannot fight without the proper supplies. Without food, arrows, and arms, an army cannot stand its ground. In the words of Sun Tzu, bring war material with you from home, but forage in enemy territory. Then the army will have enough food to survive. Let us see if you understand this advice. You need to gather 500 food, train 21 villagers, and then advance to the feudal age in order to complete this challenge.
Pero Pabulo, salve. Pabulo. Pero Pabulo.
You will also need a lumber camp and a mill. Place the lumber camp right next to the forest on your left, and place the mill right next to the forage bushes in the north of your base.
Ein, Kondo. Kondo. Frescaedo. Caedo.
Impero. Ein, correcto. Venatus. Presto. Ein, sane, correctus.
Salve. Presto.
Now is a good time to start luring a boar, like in the video. It might not work the first time that you try it, but do not worry. Practice makes perfect.
Salve.
Pero Pabulo. Presto. Pabulo.
Ein, Pabulo.
Be sure to keep your villagers working at all times, and also assure that your town center never stops producing villagers. Only then can you hope to earn a medal from this challenge.
Salve. Pabulo. Ein.
Ein.
Pabulo.
Salve. Pero. Kondo. Salve. Pero. Ein. Presto. Salve. Pero.
Pero.
Presto. Sane. Pabulo. Caedo. Ein. Correctus. Kondo.
Presto. Venatus. Correctus. Sane. Correctus. Ein. Sane.
Ein. Venatus.
Impero. Salve. Ein. Sane. Correctus. Sane. Ein. Presto. Ein. Salve.
Salve.
Correctus. Kondo. Impero. Salve. Ein.
Presto. Ein.
Presto.
You have gathered 400 food. You are so close. You have gathered 500 food. You still need 21 villagers.
Fabulo.
You managed to gather the food and train the villagers necessary to proceed with strength. Now, click on the Feudal Age Research icon to advance to the next age. Well done. A good commander must learn to be decisive in war. Hesitation or mistakes can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Just as a soldier practices his spear thrusts, so too must a commander learn to be efficient and repeat tasks until he knows them by heart. Sun Tzu says, "A clever fighter wins his battles by making no mistakes." Making no mistakes is what establishes the certainty of victory, for it means conquering an enemy that is already defeated. Few generals make it this far. Let us see if you are one of them. Click on your town center and queue multiple villagers. Have 2 villagers build one house, and 1 villager build the second house. Use your scout cavalry to look for sheep and other resources. Send any idle or new villager to collect food from sheep. Do this until you have 6 villagers collecting from sheep.
Forgere. Fjedike.
The next villager that you create must build a lumber camp. Do not forget to queue up more villagers as well. When they are created, task them to collect wood. Make sure that your scout keeps on exploring. You need to find all 8 sheep and both boars.
Erlov. Kjart. Fjedike. To. Kjart. To. Kjart. Kid. To. Kia.
Kia. Bitfil. To. Theodike.
Forgere. Raboye.
Rabuga.
If you are relatively new to luring boars, you should research loom at your town center after your next villager is trained. Experienced players can save loom for later. Do not forget to keep training villagers. Your town center should not fall idle. The next villager that you create will have to build a house near one of the boars. Make sure that your scout keeps on exploring. You need to find all 8 sheep and both boars. Set the rally point of your town center on your forage bushes, and have the next villager that you create build a mill next to them. Do not forget to keep training villagers. Your town center should not fall idle.
Kjart. To. Bitfil. Rabuga.
Kid. Kjart. To. Erlov. Kjart.
Lure the boar to your town center. You should know how to lure a boar by now. If you do not, play the Early Economy Challenge.
Bulgara.
Kia. Forgere.
Kia.
Erlov. Selgere.
Do not forget to keep training villagers. Your town center should not fall idle. Lure the second boar with the next villager that you create.
Kid. Bunit.
If If you do not have the food to create more villagers, force your boar hunters to drop off their food at your town center, and then immediately task them back to the boar. Have the next 3 villagers also forage for berries.
Theodica. Kid. Neelgert. Toe. Toe. Erle. Bulgara.
Selgere.
Kia. Selgara. Kid. Theodica. Bulgara. Theo. Gert. Rabuga.
Build another house. Send the next 6 villagers that you create to collect wood.
Kia. Toe. Selgara.
Build a second lumber camp to spread out your lumberjacks. This will make your lumberjacks more productive and ensure that you have 2 places to collect wood from in case of an enemy attack.
Erle. Bitdeer. Toe. Bitdeer. Rabuga. 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 Gert. Rabuga.
You will need another house after the next villager is trained.
Kid.
When your last boar is depleted, send the idle villagers to gather from sheep.
Rabuga.
Kia. Rabuga. Erle.
Toe. Tjedige.
Kid. Rabuga.
Erle. Toe. Kart. Toe.
Bulgara. Theodica.
Forgere. Rabuga.
When your sheep are nearly exhausted, start building 8 farms.
Erle. Toe. Toe. Gert. Bonnet. Kid. Bulgara. Toe. Bonnet.
Send the next 3 villagers to build a mining camp and mine gold.
Kia. Gert. Rabuga. Bulgara.
You will have enough villagers to advance to the next age once the next one is trained. Cue the feudal age research at your town center.
Kid. Toe. Kart. Rabuga.
There is not much to do while you wait to reach the feudal age. Keep scouting and keep an eye on your villagers to make sure that they do not go idle. Once you reach the feudal age, you will need 325 wood to build a blacksmith and a market. Queue up 2 more villagers while you wait for the feudal age to be researched. Have them and any other idle villagers collect wood once they are created.
Forgere.
Erle.
Toe. Bid 4.
Kid. Erle.
Now, task 1 villager to build a blacksmith and task 2 villagers to build a market.
Kid.
Rabuga.
Kia. Rabuga.
Hint, if you have more than 900 food stockpiled, research double bit axe at your lumber camp. This is a very good early technology.
Kia.
Great! Now advance to the Castle Age. Excellent. You have completed this challenge. Hopefully you are happy with your time. If not, feel free to try again. As your army grows, so do your responsibilities. Not only must you look after your soldiers, but also after their families. It is of great importance that your people are fed, that your population grows, and that your towns increase in size. Sun Tzu says, "The command of a large force is the same principle as the command of a few men. It is merely a question of dividing up their numbers." An army is only as strong as the economy that supports it. A large army requires a large population and a surplus of food, gold, and other resources. Show me that you understand this important lesson. You have just reached the Castle Age. Select your town center and train as many villagers as you can with your remaining food. Set a rally point on trees for now. The key to booming is ensuring that your town centers are always busy. I say town centers because you will need more than just one. You now have enough wood and stone to build a second town center near the trees. Great. Now make sure that this town center is busy by training villagers there as well. But do not forget your first town center. Remember, your town centers should always be training new villagers.
Hey, sir.
You now have enough wood and stone to build a third town center. You may even want to build a fourth town center later to speed up your villager production.
Ja.
Halva.
Bereite. Hey, sir. Das ist toll. Buvere. Hey, ja.
Research economic technologies at the lumber camp, mill, and mining camp to improve the gathering rate of your villagers.
Ja. Buvere.
Ja, Holzer.
Hey, ja. Over. Buvere.
You now have 50 villagers. Research handcart at one of your town centers to greatly improve the gathering efficiency of your villagers.
Das ist toll. Buvere. Hey, Buvere. Buvere. Ja. Holzer. Holzer. Ja. Buvere. Bubere. Ja.
Holzer, Räte, Holzer.
Heise, das ist toll. Over.
Hey, ja?
Over.
Great! You now have 100 villagers, but you still must advance to the Imperial Age to complete this challenge. Well done! You have 100 villagers and are advancing to the Imperial Age. Your economy is now powerful enough for you to build large armies and vanquish your enemies. Sometimes you will face an enemy stronger than yourself. Be like a wrestler who is smaller than his opponent. He does not meet his opponent's strength with his own, but instead looks for his enemy's weakness. So too must you learn to strike your enemy where he is vulnerable and cut his supply lines before you can meet strength with strength. Here is the virtue in raiding. On this subject, Sun Tzu advises, the impact of your army should be like a grindstone dashed against an egg. This is achieved through the knowledge of weak and strong points. Be relentless, because the enemy will be relentless as well. Now, show me what you have learned. It is time to take the fight to your enemy before he can bolster his defenses. Train an army and attack him. Kill 5 villagers as quickly as possible. Keep on scouting the enemy base with your scout. It is important to find weak points in its defenses.
Ja. Bereitet? Ja. Streetet. Dies war...
Keep an eye on your own economy while you attack the enemy. You want to keep collecting more resources and training villagers so as not to fall behind. 3 soldiers are already enough units to attack with. The longer you wait, the stronger the enemy gets. Now that you have a decent raiding party, you can start upgrading your soldiers. Only research technologies that will improve the units that you have trained. Militia are effective against villagers, but are slow, and their upgrades are expensive. Research the man-at-arms upgrade at the barracks and the forging upgrade at the blacksmith to make them more dangerous attackers. To kill villagers more effectively, block their path to their town center with your soldiers.
Dies war... Ja, das ich soll. Das ich soll. Dies war... Das ich soll. Ja.
That is the first villager down. Good job.
Dies war... Das ich soll. Dies war, das ich soll. Heise? Dies war, das ich soll. Ja.
Another villager is down.
Bereite? Ja, dies war, dass ich soll. Streetet? Ja, dies war. Heiße? Ja, dass ich soll. Bereite? Sasa? Ja, ja. Heiße? Stürme. Bereite? Ja, Sasa. Streetet? Heiße? Ja. Bereite? Ja, dies war, dass ich soll. Ja.
3 villagers down. 2 more to go.
Dass ich soll. Dies war. Ja, dies war, dass ich soll. Ja, dies war, dass ich soll. Streetet.
Just one more villager.
Ja, ja, dass ich dies soll. War. Ja, dass ich soll. Dies war. Sasa.
Well done. You have killed 5 enemy villagers. The economy of your opponent is weakened, and he will struggle to keep up with you. Try to avoid approaching the enemy town center for now. You are not able to destroy it yet. You are not the only one who will be raiding. Your opponent will not hesitate to attack you when and where you are weakest. Therefore, you must use your skills to defend your people and train your peasants to defend themselves. Hence, that general is skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. Sun Tzu wrote, "Show strength where you are weak. Wherever the enemy attacks, show him that you are ready to repel his soldiers. Be ready and prepared, Commander, because now it is up to you." Advancing to the next stage quickly can be important, but your opponents will try to prevent you from gaining this advantage. In this mission, we will try to advance to the next stage while under pressure from attacking enemies. Use your scout to look for enemy buildings. You can anticipate an attack if you know what the enemy is training. Do not forget to wall off any weak spots and build watchtowers where needed. The enemy will arrive at any moment. Focus on protecting your villagers, but do not keep them idle for too long. The enemy is attacking your base.
목수.
If you build palisade walls around your watchtowers, enemy melee units cannot reach them.
이동. 목수.
예? 목수. 대기.
예? 목수.
저요? 목수. 예? 목수. 대기. 그러죠. 나무꾼. 목수. 농부. 이동. 농부. 준비 실시. 농부. 예. 나무꾼.
You can advance to the castle age. Click the button. You are advancing to the next age. Congratulations, you made it. A commander goes to war with the army that he has, and must think of how to get the most out of it. Your opponent may seem stronger at first glance, but a sly general does not worry. He studies the enemy and the terrain, and knows how to use his soldiers to maximum effect. Sun Tzu says, "The good fighters of old put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity to defeat the enemy." Did you understand what this advice should tell you? Good. Then it is time to send your troops into battle. And do not forget to always keep a level head. Welcome. In this challenge, you must defend several areas against enemy attacks. Choose the units that are best suited to fend off each enemy army, and try not to lose too many of your own soldiers. Consult the hints section if you need a reminder about unit strengths and weaknesses. The enemy is preparing to attack you. Study the composition of the enemy forces, and choose the soldiers that you want to send into battle by selecting one of the unit types available to you.
Да, понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. Да, господин. И атака. Ваши условия. Да. Приказание. Ваши условия.
The enemy is about to launch a second attack. Choose the right unit to repel these enemy archers.
Приказание. Да, аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Приказание. Да. К вашим условиям. Приказание. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Бой. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Да, господин. И атака. Да. К оръжию. В бой. Ваши приказания. Ваши условия. Приказания. Да. Ваши условия. Аз делаю. Да, да, понятно. Приказания. И атака. Ваши условия. Аз делаю. И атака. Бой.
Now the enemy is sending a group of skirmishers. Choose the right counter and defend your land. Enemy men-at-arms approach from the south. We must stop them.
Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин.
Did you notice the hills nearby? Units fighting from higher elevation have an attack bonus against enemy units at a lower level. Try to lure your enemy to the hills to use the terrain to your advantage.
К вашим услугам. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. К оръжию. Приказания. Аз делаю. Да, аз делаю. К вашим услугам. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. В бой. Понятно. Аз делаю. Понятно. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Приказания. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Да, господин. И атака. Понятно. В бой. К оръжию. И атака. Да. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Да, господин. В бой. И атака. В бой. К вашим услугам. Приказания. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Понятно. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. К оръжию. Да, аз делаю. Понятно. Да, аз делаю. Аз делаю. Я так, да, понятно. К оръжию. Да, аз делаю. В бой. Да, аз делаю. Я так, аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. В бой. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. Аз делаю. Понятно. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Понятно. И атака. К вашим услугам. Аз делаю. Господин. К оръжию. Понятно. Бой. Аз делаю. И атака. Понятно. К оръжию. Аз делаю. И атака. Аз делаю. В бой. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Аз делаю. В бой. Аз делаю. Понятно. Да, господин. Да. Приказания. Аз делаю. Да, господин. И атака. Да. Аз делаю. Господин. К оръжию. Да, господин. И атака. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Аз делаю. Господин. В бой. Аз делаю. И атака.
Spearmen are about to cross the nearby ford to the west. Recruit some more units to repel them.
Приказания. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Бой. Вашим условиям. Да, вашим условиям. Аз делаю. Да, господин. Приказания. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. Понятно. К оръжию. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. Вашим условиям. Да. Приказания.
The final battle approaches. This time, you are allowed to select 2 unit types with which to fend off the enemy. Try to use your units according to their strengths and weaknesses.
К вашим услугам. Да, господин. Аз делаю. Понятно. В бой. К оръжию. Приказания. Да, господин. И атака. Да. Вашим услугам. Приказания. Аз делаю. Аз делаю. К оръжию. Аз делаю. Да, да, господин. Приказания. В бой. Аз делаю. И атака. Аз делаю. В бой. Аз делаю. И атака. Да. К вашим услугам. Да. К оръжию. Приказания. Аз делаю. К вашим условиям. Да. Приказание сделать. К вашим условиям. И атака. Бой. Приказание сделать.
Good job. The enemy has been defeated, and this area is now under your control. You may encounter adversaries that do not have the courage to face you on the field. It can be expected that some of your rivals will prefer to hide behind the walls of their strongholds. Besieging an enemy castle is an art of its own that every able general must master. Sun Tzu says, "A warlike prince carries out his own secret designs, keeping his antagonists in awe. Then he is able to capture their cities and overthrow their kingdoms." Now is the time to familiarize yourself with the construction and usage of siege equipment. Will you be able to bring down the walls of your opponent? You have already learned how to defeat an opposing army in a pitched battle. Now, you will familiarize yourself with besieging enemy castles. Your opponent has a castle in the west. To defeat him, you must destroy this stronghold, but you will need siege weapons. You can train 4 different types of siege weapons at the Siege Workshop. Attack the castle with multiple battering rams to destroy it as quickly as possible. Deploy additional military units to protect your siege weapons from enemy defenders. If your initial attack fails, your opponent will try to repair his damaged castle. Do not allow that to happen. Mangonels and scorpions are effective against enemy units, but lack the durability and range required to destroy castles. In order to protect your rams, it is wise to guard them with additional soldiers. Remember to research upgrades at your blacksmith, so that your soldiers are more effective in combat. Therefore, to destroy a castle, you will need battering rams, which can also be garrisoned with soldiers.
Hajimef. أنا دمت السلاح. عبيد الحاكمين. عندنا. هجم دمت السلاح. عندنا. دمت السلاح. هجمت.
standing. The enemy's castle lies in ruins. His camp is now at the mercy of our soldiers. Sun Tzu stresses balance, but a commander will not always have his 2 feet on solid ground. Sometimes he must set sail to achieve victory. Rivers must be navigated to open new trade routes, and oceans must be crossed to make new discoveries. But what if your opponent also has brought ships to sea? Sun Tzu teaches us, the onrush of a conquering force is like the bursting of pent-up waters into a chasm 1,000 fathoms deep. You are not water-shy, are you? Good. The captains of your fleet are awaiting your orders. Welcome. In this challenge, your goal is to defeat the enemy fleet that is blocking the river. Try to lose as few of your own ships as possible in the battles ahead. You have reached the last enemy blockade. Utilize everything that you've learned about naval battles to sink the remaining enemy ships. next challenge is open. Hoist the sails. The most important thing for an army is discipline. A disciplined army can be vastly outnumbered, but still seize victory. A disciplined army can hold their ground, move around the battlefield quickly, and, if necessary, retreat in an orderly fashion. When fielding your army, Sun Tzu says, whether to concentrate or to divide your troops must be decided by circumstances. Use fast forces against slow ones. Use feigned retreats to lure your enemies into ambushes, and split your army to flank your enemy. This is what Sun Tzu teaches us. Do you understand this lesson? If so, take command of your army and show me that you do. Welcome to the next challenge. Now, it is time for you to learn about battle formations and control groups. The enemy has placed several obstacles on the path ahead. The first one is a mangonel. Approach the mangonel, and when it shoots, use flank formation to avoid its projectiles.
Sane. Ago. Ein. Ago. Pugno, convinta, sane, pugno, ago, sane, convinta, pugno, pugno, convinta, ago, sane, pugno, sane, pugno,
Excellent! The enemy has stationed several scorpions at the next point. Your units are unlikely to avoid their bolts entirely, but using staggered formation will reduce the damage that they inflict.
Ago. Impero. Ein. Ein. Sane. Ago. Presto. Ein. Impero. Ago. Sane. Ein. Ago. Sane. Ein. Presto. Sane. Ago. Ein. Commita. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ago. Sane. Ago. Impero. Sane. Ein. Sane. Ein. Ein. Ago. Ein. Ago. Sane. Ein. Ago. Sane. Ago. Ein. Sane. Sane. Ein. Pugno. Ago. Ein. Sane. Sane. Commita. Ein. Sane. Ein. Ago. Sane. Pugno. Ago. Ein. Sane. Sane. Ein. Sane. Sane. Ein. Commita. Ein. Sane. Pugno. Ein. Sane. Commita. Ein. Pugno. Ago. Ago. Sane. Commita. Ein. Pugno. Ago. Pugno. Ago. Sane. Commugno. Ago. Sane. Commita. Ago. Commugno.
I hope that you did not lose too many units. Your units have healed in preparation for the next roadblock. This consists of an army of swordsmen. Use the terrain to your advantage.
Ago. Sane. Impero. Sane. Ago. Sane. Ein. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ago. Sane. Ein. Ago. Ein. Ago. Sane. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ein. Ago. Ein. Ago. Commita. Sane. Porro. Ago. Ein. Sane. Pugno. Ago. Sane. Ein. Sane. Ago. Porro.
Those swordsmen were too slow for you. You will have to use control groups to overcome the next obstacle. Travel south until you encounter a group of knights.
Sane. Ein. Sane. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ein.
The knights are few in number, but they are strong. Two groups of enemies wait ahead. Use control groups to split and manage your army while you engage them.
Ein. Sane. Commita. Pugno. Ein. Ago. Impero. Sago. Ein. Sane. Porro. Ai. Impero. Ai. Sago. Ai. Sago. Ai. Sago. Sane. Ai. Sago. Ai. Sane. Commita. Sane. Ai. Sane. Pugno. Sane. Ai. Sane. Porro. Ai. Sago. Commita. Pugno. Ein. Sane. Ein. Sane. Commita. Pero. Ago. Sane. Ai. Sane. Pugno. Ago. Sane. Sane. Ai. Sane. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ai. Sane. Porro. Ago. Sane. Ago. Pugno. Ai. Sane. Commita.
Well done. With some good management, you can deal with large numbers of enemies. Your last challenge will be the hardest.
Impero.
A combined force of mangonels and pikemen blocks the final stretch. Use everything that you've learned to cut your way through it.
Ein. Ago. Ein. Sane. Impero. Ein. Ago. Sane. Impero. Sane. Ein. Presto. Ein. Impero. Sane. Porro. Ago. Ein. Sane. Ein. Ago. Pugno. Sane. Ago. Ein. Ago. Sane. Ein. Ago. Sago. Ai. Sago. Ein. Ai. Sane. Impero. Presto. Ai. Ago. Sane. Ein. Presto. Ai. Ago. Sane. Impero. Ai. Sane. Ein. Ai. Sane. Ago. Commita. Impero. Ai. Sane. Presto.
That will show them. Great job. You've learned everything about formations and control groups and can now try out the next challenge.